Hey guys, JV here with a Destiny 2 discussion video, and lately a lot of people have been critical about the amount of content in the game, so I thought I'd share my thoughts on the matter. Just a heads up, this is your place for Destiny 2 content here on YouTube, so hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for daily Destiny 2 tips and tricks videos. Today I'm going to break down one of the most prevalent community complaints of Destiny 2, which is that there's just not enough content in the game. Take one look at r Destiny the game, the community subreddit for Destiny 2, and you'll find countless complaints. It's known as an absolute salt mine, a place where the most minute of issues are conflated into huge controversies. But don't get me wrong, I think it's important to foster an open dialogue and be able to share these opinions, but a lot of the stuff you see on there lately is just ridiculous. In one form or the other, the idea being pushed around is that Destiny 2 does not have enough content. Bungie took one step forward and two steps back. There's just not enough to do in the game. Once you've beaten it and run the raid until you're bathing in Callus tokens, there's nothing else to do. You're done. It's a huge big deal, and people should grab their pitchforks and sharpen their Cabal axes. But seriously, whether people making these complaints are new to Destiny or have been playing since 2014, I think most of them miss the point entirely. To me, it's an issue of expectations being unrealistic and just not understanding what the Destiny experience is trying to be, what it's truly about. In reality, some people are whining after playing 100+ hours of the game over the past few weeks, and that's just ridiculous. More likely than not, you're going to be tired of any game you play religiously every single day. Very few games are fun if you treat them like a full-time job. That's what a lot of people are doing. And others are just trying to shape Destiny into the game they want it to be, like pie in the sky ideally, which really makes no sense. But I understand that because I've done it myself. So let's take a moment to talk about what the Destiny experience is truly about. The idea behind Destiny and what it's trying to do is something I didn't understand for the majority of the original game. I, in my heart of hearts, wanted it to be like Mass Effect 1, this large, high-science, spacefaring journey where I could get lost in a world of interesting lore, characters, and fantasy. That's what I wanted. Of course, those were lofty expectations, and I was sorely disappointed. Common questions you'll find is Destiny an RPG? Is it a first-person shooter? I made an entire commentary in early 2015 explaining why I believe Destiny is not really an RPG, but an FPS in disguise. Even now, it's still difficult to nail down a single description because this experience is unique, as most games are, and doesn't fit one genre. After playing the original game on and off during those first 3 years, then diving headfirst into Destiny 2, something has become abundantly clear to me, and that's that Destiny is an experience that relies on and encourages repetition. This is by design. This is literally a game mechanic. Think Diablo. Think any game where you're asked to do the same thing over and over. It's sort of a grinding struggle that Bungie hopes you grow to love and learn to appreciate. Instead of pounding us with endless new content, endless new things to do, the focus is on the core experience, the overall meta, the gunplay, how you're gaining power levels, how to get the best loot. Destiny is this strange, self-aware experience that revolves around the power fantasy of never being able to die and always finding ways to get better. I could not wrap my head around these concepts, and it led to me refusing to play the original unless new content was introduced. Now, we're still extremely early in the life cycle of Destiny 2. The game practically just came out, but this time I'm feeling like I know what I'm getting into. I've accepted the repetition I'm going to experience. I'm going to be playing the same strikes, the same Crucible maps and modes, the same raid for extended periods of time until new content comes out. But more importantly than me accepting these facts, these realities, I understand that repetition by design is not a bad thing. Before, the big problem for me was repetition, and you can go back to my original Destiny videos and watch them if you're very, very bored. But I feel differently this time around, and a game that taught me that lesson is Overwatch. I haven't played Overwatch since Destiny 2 came out, but I absolutely love the game. It's probably my favorite PvP multiplayer game of all time. The odd, strangely satisfying thing about that game is that it's so repetitive. Same maps, same heroes, there's very little depth on the surface. What Overwatch does so well is carve out depth within that simplicity. The mechanics, the meta, it has that magic element to ensure that while we're playing with a lot of the same stuff, each match is a new and exciting experience. Things don't always happen the same way every single time. And this is coming from someone who would pick up games, play them for 10, 15 hours, and just put them down, never touch them again. I am not someone who would play something repetitive over and over again. Overwatch really changed the way I play games. There's always something new on the horizon, another hero or map that I can look forward to. And I've said this before Destiny 2 came out, and I'll say it again, Bungie can learn a great deal about post-game support by looking at what Blizzard have accomplished with Overwatch. Back to Destiny. Believe it or not, what keeps people playing, including myself, are those magic core elements. If you just want to have fun and shoot stuff, this game has some of the best FPS gunplay out there. If you want to play with your friends and complete difficult challenges together, it has that too. If you want to grind through the loot meta, which rewards you with upgrades just enough to keep you satisfied, it also has that. Everything else on the outside is wrapped around these ideas, developed specifically so you can enjoy the game in these ways. But if the magic element you're looking for is copious amounts of content, Destiny is not the right experience for you. It is not a Witcher 3. It is not a Fallout. It is not a game where you can wander endlessly and always find something new to do. And when new content does arrive, it comes in doses, and before you know it, it dries up and you'll be feeling the exact same way you were feeling before. Although I haven't been treating it like this, Destiny is also a game that you can play while you're experiencing other games. Some games demand your 100% attention at all times. You're always trying to, reach the maximum multiplayer level, whatever it is. Destiny is something you can go back to, enjoy a few hours of when you get time to play, and then return to another experience. More than anything, and I believe this with all games, not just Destiny, is that this is a game that is truly about the journey and not the destination. It's about the endless hours you spent grinding your way to maximum power level, not about wondering what to do next when you're at the end. Although that's not to say you can't ask that question, because it's a completely fair question. It's just about appreciating what you've done up to that point. So here's my take on these complaints. It's very clear that we're already done with the honeymoon phase of Destiny 2. People are starting to poke around and find problems with the game. That's only natural. The Destiny community is very passionate, and that's demonstrated by the countless complaints, but also the praise for the game, which there is plenty of too. We absolutely do need to keep addressing things that we think should be better with the game. I don't think the subreddit is doing anything wrong at this point. The wonderful thing about Bungie is that they're actively listening. They're actively checking the subreddit and getting a feel for what the community is thinking at any moment. And honestly, if anything needs to change, it's our perception of this criticism. Bungie knows full and well that the passionate folks taking their time to post on the subreddit just want the game to be better. I think we all just need to calm down, take a deep breath, and enjoy ourselves instead of acting like there's some huge controversy when there really isn't. Alright guys, today I shared my thoughts on community complaints. In the comment section below, tell me what you think about the content offering in Destiny 2. Like I said, I try to enjoy the repetition in those core magic elements. I understand what they're trying to do, at least I think I do, so share what you're thinking in the comment section below. Next time we will cover more Destiny 2 here on the channel, so stay tuned for daily Destiny 2 tips and tricks videos. If you learned something new, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for lots of Destiny 2 content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.